Welcome, LEGO fans. My name is Andy, and thanks for tuning into my channel. Let's talk about LEGO. And check out what just arrived in the LEGO City. It is Shopping Street from the Modular Buildings collection that came out just this past January. And I finally got it built, and here it is. Looking pretty good, huh? Got all the minifigures there that came with it. It's not a bad looking building. It's kind of like a unique angle to it. And it was really interesting how they used the parts to obtain those angles, like on the floor pieces and the roof pieces and stuff, using hinges and different angled pieces and slopes and all that stuff. So that was really cool. So yeah, not a bad looking building. I don't know if that's where it's going to go permanently, but it is in the city now. That's all the modular buildings that I have as far as unbuilt ones. So they're all in the city now. Pretty cool, huh? Moving on, I'm going to continue from last video where I was going to do the entranceway for the parking garage. So let's get it figured out and go from there. Stand by. Okay, so I've got the parking garage tore apart here to do the surgery needed to add this road plate in here. I'm debating whether I want to use a road plate or just tile it off, because if I use the road plate, it almost basically needs to connect these plates together. And the bad thing about it is I'm already dealing with two plates, because these two plates fall in the middle of this, darn it, there we go, in the middle of this, where this comes out at. So I'm not just dealing with one road plate, I'm dealing with two road plates. So I don't know whether to use this and put it out like this, or just tile it, because if I use this, then it's going to kind of connect these two plates together, which I really don't want to do. So I'm thinking probably be better just to tile it. Yeah. So let me see if what I can get together here, and we'll go from there. So I got it laid out here as I think I'm going to do it, as I want it. I think this is going to work. I mean, obviously I lowered this down to the height of the road plate, so it's no longer as high as it was before. And then I added in this stuff right here, which is actually two different plates, as you can see. So they're not connected together, which I didn't want to do anyway. Those are all level, and they come out with the road. So now all I have to do is add in the curb here, and then over here, and across down there, and then fill in the plate as it was before with the bike lane and everything. So I was going to put a road plate in here, like I said earlier, but I decided on tiles because the road plate would have essentially connected the plates together, and obviously with a Mills plate you don't want to do that, because it defeats the whole purpose of having a Mills plate. So make it modular. So anyway, let me add the curb and the plate back and put the bike lane back and all that, and see what we got. All right, guys, got her together. Got the plates pretty much where they need to be, and got these plates and tiles on. Got the curb all on there on both corners. I would have liked to have had curb going back this way as well and in there, but that obviously that wouldn't be able to put it in there. So I'm just going to leave it off for that part, because it's not really a part of the road anyway, whereas this is more part of the road than what this is. So now I just got to put my ramp back in, put this plate back in, and I think we're all set. So let's do that and get it on the platform and see what it looks like. But before I take it to the platform, I also need to put in some bricks here to kind of wall up the back of the parking garage so that you can't see the train in the tunnel through the back of the back of the parking garage. So I need to put some bricks in there, wall that up, and then we can put it in the on the platform. And there we have it. What do you think, guys? What do you think of my walls? I don't think it looks too bad. Obviously, you're not going to really see much of these anyway because it'll be back up against the elevated platform and it'll be in the back, so you're not going to see unless you look through the front underneath the floor, underneath the second floor. So, yeah, so now that that's done, we're going to put it on the platform, put it in the city, and see what it looks like. All right, guys, what do you think? I think it looks pretty much the same as it did before, except for it's a little bit lower now and it's coming out on the road. I mean, meeting the road as opposed to, being behind the bike lane before. Something I just noticed is that the ramp is not lined up with the rest of the road there. It's over to the left on the top there as well. Wonder why that is. I'll have to try to fix that. But anyways, you can see now if you look back here in the back of the garage, you can't see anything because there's a wall there. So there, that's completely walled off. I got to do the same thing behind the train station. I'll probably just put up a retainer wall there since there's no other, unless I build the station back to that line, and then I can just build a wall on the back of the station. But yeah, that's the next thing. One of the next things I got to do is rebuild this train station to make it match up with the current layout as opposed to what it was before on the last layout. So yeah, what do you think? I got my entranceway for the parking garage now, and we did the entranceway for the hospital last time, so that's looking pretty good. I think what I want to try to attempt next is ramp this up right here so it's even with the railroad crossing. And I need to do the same thing over there on that track. And looking at this area right here, this is where I was going to put that city train station, the one that stretches across the tracks. I hope I have enough room between this railroad crossing and the corner over there to put that station in there. I think I will, but let's just hope so. So let's go ahead and get this ramped up. We'll get the other one ramped up, and we'll take a look at it afterwards. Okay, so I got the ramp installed over here and over there. The only thing I'm not liking about this is the fact that this side piece is kind of sticking up higher than this plate is. I put a plate underneath it to try to get it to stick down. I don't know if it's working too well, but just because of the angle that it's on. But overall, I don't think it looks too awful bad. Push those down a little bit. But it is ramped up here. You can see it's even with the railroad crossing now. So, yeah, there you go. Let's take a look at the other one. Also ramped up just as high. Right here with the railroad crossing. So now those two studs we added in, you don't even notice that there was a gap in there. So the road's looking good, although this is in the wrong place. Move that over a little bit, that over a little bit, that over a little bit. There we go. Road is looking good. Okay, guys, the next thing, well, not in this video. The next thing I think I want to tackle, and perhaps the next video, I don't know yet, maybe, but is this platform right here. What I'm thinking about doing is taking a half a base plate, which will fit in between this plate and the supports for the elevated line, and building a platform on top of that half base plate, which actually it might have to be slightly more than a half base plate to go all the way in to touch the tracks here, so that's level to be a train station, and then somehow put a stairway. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room to go. I thought maybe if I went from the bottom of this platform here, somewhere down in here, and then straight up, there might be enough room for a stairway. Otherwise, you'd have to go this way, up like the other train station does on the side, but there wouldn't be, I don't think there'd be room to do that either with the platform. Yeah, there might be. Well, I'm just gonna have to experiment with it and see what I can do with it. And then the other thing is, it's gonna be in the way of the parking lot too. If I want to put a parking lot, I was gonna put a 48 by 48 parking lot in here underneath the tracks. but I might just be able to, might have to put just a 32 by 48 parking lot, or not a parking lot at all. I don't know. I don't know yet. Just depends on how much this platform takes up when we build it. So we'll figure that out in next video or the one after that or something. Just depends on what I got going on. But right now, to finish this video off, I want to run my train some more. So let's do some train action. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for taking me along. I do appreciate it. And next time, like I said, we'll work on that platform. We're working on something. Next video on Monday. So thanks for taking me along once again, and have a wonderful day. Keep on building Lego. All right, guys. Bye-bye.